but I can hear your voice. I know you brought me here, and I will make the choice to believe in our fear.
We are queens with beautiful faces. Courted by our kings, we rule these places. We came from greatness. We are royalty. Ha. You better recognize.
Hey Queens, welcome to Resetting Your Journey. I'm your host, Jasmine Dash, and it's time to accept the past, embrace the present, and change the future. All right, Queens, and we're here again for another episode of Resetting Your Journey, and the show must go on. That's what keeps coming to me. I just want to let you guys know today I am here with Miss Katherine McGibbon, and you can call her Kathy. So she's going to let you know a little bit about her. She's an author, she's a mother, she's just an all-around awesome chick. You can catch her riding a skateboard with this hot dress on her website. But she'll tell you a little bit more, so if you want to let everybody know who you are, where you're from, and some more information.
Okay, like you said, I go by Kathy. My full name is Katherine McGibbon. I was born in Canada. I was raised Jamaican, so I call myself Jamaican because I have a Jamaican background. I was born in Canada, I'm here in America, so hey, it is what it is. It's complicated, but that's me. I am very, writing is my passion. Poetry, I love poetry, listen to it all day. First and foremost, though, I am a mother. That is my number one job. That's my favorite job. I'm a mother first before anything. I am a low-key kind of chick. I'm free-spirited, and I'm very spontaneous. So, that's awesome. And I love God. Love him.
That's awesome. So, Canadian and Jamaican, that's like an awesome combination.
Yeah, my whole family is Jamaican, so I'm like totally, I was raised in a Jamaican household, all things Jamaican. So, I mean, I'm still getting I've been here forever though. I've been in Texas for like 15 years,
okay.
Long time, very long time. So, I'm a Texan, but my roots Jamaican and Canadian. So
that's cool. Mm-hmm. That is so cool. How long did you live in Canada? Side question.
Well, I was born there, and I came here when I was in high school. I was 14. Oh. So that's a long time ago.
Yeah. But you still lived there for like a good while.
Oh, yeah. I was raised there.
Oh, wow.
Pretty much.
That's pretty cool. You don't come across too many Canadians.
I know.
And Jamaicans.
I know. In Texas.
Yeah. In Texas. Just so random. But that's cool. That's very cool.
Yay.
So let's jump right into it and start with the first question. So what is the challenge that you faced before God pressed the reset button on your journey?
Oh man, insecurity. Okay. I think insecurity and rejection were my biggest two things, and we all face those things on a day to day basis. But it was so big in my life that it consumed me, mm-hmm. and everything that I did was because I was insecure. Everything that I did was because I felt that I was rejected. Okay. So I did some things totally out of my character, just wild out because of the insecurity. My father left when I was very young, and I had a really great relationship with him. He left when I was 7, between 7 and 8. But before then, he was like the best dad. So I couldn't understand why he left, which brought up a lot of the insecurity issues, and I lived my life as such. Until God hit the reset button. Okay. So
we want to dig a little deeper because you know what? It's the whole point of resetting your journey is to share your experience with other girls who might be going through like exactly the same thing. So if you could, can you give us like some kind of example? Like tell us a story. Like
sure.
I know it's a little hard sometimes to have the flashback moments, but if you could.
It's hard, but it's refreshing. I actually love sharing my testimony now because I know who I am now in Christ. And I wrote a book on it. Yay. So obviously I am willing to share it. I was, like I said, I battled with insecurity and rejection for the most part of my life. I'm 35, and I can honestly say I was saved at 14, and I didn't really meet or come to know Christ until I was like 26. So in between there was some stuff. I was very promiscuous because, like I said, my dad left, so I wanted to be loved, and anyone who told me that I was pretty or anyone who told me that they loved me, immediately I fell for it. And because it validated me, I felt like it brought me worth because I hated myself. I couldn't understand why I did, but I did. And it wasn't until I got older that I realized the root of it. You know, my dad left and all that kind of stuff, but when I was younger, I didn't know why. I just didn't like myself.
Yeah.
And it felt good to hear those affirmations, so-called affirmations from men, and just I would give them my heart, they would break it, and it was a cycle. And I was okay with it as long as I could just replenish that void, if you know what I mean. So yeah, I was very promiscuous, didn't love myself. Met a guy he said that he loved me, like I said, loved me, and I was like, okay, anything that you want, I'll do. And so I got into a lifestyle of stripping, and I got into a lifestyle of stripping, and in my mind, I had 2 kids at the time. In my mind, it was what I needed to do to provide for my kids.
Okay.
My dad, like I said, my dad did leave, and I saw my mom's struggles. So it was a combination of things. Like, I didn't want my kids to struggle, and I didn't want to disappoint my mom. It sounds ironic because if she knew, she would die. But I didn't want to disappoint her as far as, I got pregnant in high school, and look at me now, I can't even take care of myself. I was raised independent. Like, she was very independent. So that's what I did. I got sucked into the industry, did it for a very long time. Met a guy, he lured me into I call it his little camp, and I gave him my heart, even though I knew, I heard God all along. I heard the little voice telling me, hey, this is not who you were created to be. Hey, this is not who I made you to be. This is not Katherine McGibbon. Hey, I heard that nagging voice the entire time, but I numbed it. You know what I mean? Like, I was just going through the motions. This is what I knew. Yeah. This particular guy, he claimed to be my boyfriend. Oh, I'm gonna make you, you're my girlfriend. Da 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 da. Well, turned out to be a pimp. So I was recruited, if you want to say, into prostitution. I don't want to say. It's funny because I still find myself trying to downplay it, like, well, I went willingly, but literally it's sex trafficking. I mean, he fooled me and got my heart, gave him my heart, and I was out there. It wasn't until I was out there that I truly met God. Like, God literally, sometimes he has to bring you to your knees and on your face for you to realize who he is. And that's what happened to me. I was raised in the church. I went to church, sang on the choir, smiled my way through services, had friends, but I was like the loneliest person ever because I couldn't relate. I had all these smiling friends around me, but they didn't know how empty I was inside. So I just smiled my way through service on the altar. I'm just smiling. I'm just a happy little cat. And a lot of people that know me from back then, when they read my book, they're like, I had no idea, because I've always been cheerful. I've always had a very calm attitude, so it's hard for them to picture Kathy that they knew so quiet, this little girl that was so quiet, that was living such a horrible lifestyle, just completely submitted myself to the enemy. And that's exactly what I did. But I had to go, now I had to go through it. Now I know that I had to go through it, because I wouldn't be who I am today if I didn't go through it. So I'm thankful for my testimony. And then it also allows me to minister to young women. Right now, I am with a ministry, and we go out to the strip clubs, and I walk in there like, hey, this is God's territory. I don't care what it is. This is his territory. Once I walk in there, and when we walk in there professing the name of Jesus, it becomes his territory. Those are his children. I don't care what they have on, what they're doing. And so, had I not have experienced what I've experienced, I wouldn't be able to, share the name of Jesus with those women who are in those places that people are afraid to go. They're looked down on. When people see a prostitute, I don't see what they see. I see brokenness, and I see hurt, and I see voids. I don't care how happy they are. I don't care how snappy they are. I don't care how much money they're making. That's brokenness. You
Yeah.
missed something. Somewhere along the line, you missed something. No one wakes up and says, I want to be treated like dirt.
Yeah.
No one wakes up and says, I want men to, just take total advantage of me. No one wakes up like that. So somewhere, they missed something.
Yeah.
And that's what I see. That's what I see when I go into the clubs, and that's what I see when I'm walking the street, and I'm drawn to women. My passion is women. I'm so passionate about women because I need them to know that they are loved and they are worth it. Queens. They're
Yes.
queens. And sometimes they just need to be reminded. I mean, I don't know how many times I've gone into the strip clubs and they just break down. They just break down like, well, I'm not going to do this for long. I'm just going to school. Mm-hmm. It doesn't matter. He loves you
It's like
anyways.
years and years later.
And then it's years and you get stuck in it.
Yeah.
Thank God I wasn't stuck in it.
Yeah.
Longer than most girls. Most girls, it's years and years. I wasn't stuck for years and years. I would say 2 years. I was in the industry. Nobody knew, but it was only about 6 months that I was actually in the street. Those 6 months, that was like the most dramatic time of my life. I saw so much. Like I said, brokenness. I saw so many young girls, like being tossed around from room to room and house to house and man to man and car to car.
Yeah.
And they just completely lost. They have no identity. They don't know their identity.
Yeah.
They're totally lost. So that's my test. That's what I'm passionate about, is winning back these women, these queens.
Exactly.
Let them know who they are.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm excited to share my testimony, so it can help people.
Mm-hmm. Thank you, and thank you. I'm saying thank you because I'm gonna break down. It's so many people that's like that. Like, I went to school with like so many people who did those things. I myself almost got caught up in doing a lot of stuff that I shouldn't have been doing.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because it's so easy, and we're always thinking about the quick fix and what can we get right now.
Exactly.
We need this money right now. We need to do this right now, or because it looks cool, because we feel like we need to fit in some kind of way,
right?
Or because what I'm saying. Like, it could be all these excuses, but like you said, there's something missing, and when you're going through that and you don't recognize that you're totally missing something, like you're just completely have no idea what it is. And I remember when I was in college and I was going through whatever it is that I was going through, so many different things. I kept on saying that to a lot of people. I need somebody to fill my cup.
Wow.
I promise you, like, that was like the whole, everything, like, it all like resolved down to that.
Wow.
And I wasn't thinking about God like I should have.
Right.
Like, I was trying, like, and I felt like I was reaching as much as I felt like I needed to, but I wasn't going all the way in. You know what I'm saying? Like, I should have. But I kept on. I remember, like, all the time I would constantly say, I just need somebody to fill my cup. Like, I'm only halfway full.
Wow.
I'm not like all the way full. I just yeah.
Yeah, and that's how a lot of us
crazy.
walk around living, unfortunately. And that's that's one of the reasons why I'm very big on being non-judgmental. How dare I try to say, you need to be this way because it's wrong, or you need to do this like now because you're going to hell, or you're doing this. How dare I?
Yeah.
Because had I not walked through what I walked through, how would I even know how good God is? Like, how would I know?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I had to walk through that, and I just believe that He allows certain things. He allows us to walk through certain things so that we can come back to Him. We have He gave us freedom of choice.
Yeah.
It was my choice to go out there with Him, even though I told you all along, I heard that nagging voice, this is not you. This is not you. I remember when I was going through it, when I would be actually in a room or in a car, in the actual position, and I would still hear His voice, and I would just close my eyes and block Him out. I would just turn into a totally different person.
Yeah.
Numb. I'm not Katherine. No, I'm not worthy. I'm not worthy. That's not you. That's not God. You know what I mean? I just totally turned into a different person because of what I was walking around half full. I was walking around empty, actually. So Yeah, that's a really huge part of my testimony, and of course, in my book, it goes into details and it shows how I actually got out, and I didn't just get out by someone saying, "Hey, I really think you should get out," or I didn't get out through a mentor.
Yeah.
I didn't get out through a sex trafficking program. I didn't get out through my mom calling me. I literally, like, almost committed to. I literally had to fall on my face. That's why no one can tell me how good God is. Mm-hmm. I mean, I just know him. You cannot tell me that he's not real.
Yeah.
And maybe if I didn't go through that, maybe I'd be questioning, like, okay, God, don't you love me? Even on my bad days now, he reminds me of how far he's brought me.
Yeah.
Like, I had to be on my face, and he literally came in the room and picked me up. He's the reason why I'm alive today, literally. I've had guns held to my head. I've been, I've been raped. So many things happen to my flesh, but that didn't destroy. He saw something greater in me.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
That is just
so here I am, just filthy and walking around thinking I'm just worthless, and all the while, he saw a precious jewel.
Yeah.
And he found me and he saved me.
I'm so glad that he did.
Yes. Yes, he did.
Glad that he did. That is so awesome.
Yeah. He is. He's awesome.
Well, you kind of answered the next question already. But I'll still ask it so you guys will know we're not just skipping things. I'm over here like tearing up a little bit. I'm just... When I hear things like that, I just think about so many people that's why I'm doing this. That's exactly why I'm doing this, because you never know what people are going through. Mm-hmm. You never know, and they're so afraid or ashamed to say it, or don't know who to talk to or where to go. Mm-hmm. And they hear something like this, and it can completely change everything.
Exactly.
And that's why I'm so grateful that I'm able to answer.
Yeah.
And to say yes.
Yes.
and to do what I'm supposed to do, so that people like you have the platform to be able to say it to those girls who are lost. Right. Like you.
Right. And no one knows that they're lost because they're in church and they're smiling and they're serving. Yeah. And they're in the choir, but deep down inside, it's completely broken. So I thank you seriously for being obedient and saying yes, so that other women can be able to. And then you're such an inspiration yourself. You know what I mean? Like, people are always watching you. People are always watching you. And by that, I don't mean just for fame. I mean, like, brokenness. Broken people is so many times that I've, received emails in the middle of the night like, oh my gosh, like, can you just pray for me? People are always watching you. Yeah. And through your light, you're helping someone else. Yeah. So I applaud you. Thank you.
All right, we're going to get back on track now. Yeah. So when we go live, y'all just going to know we're going to have tissues passed out. Yep. Because it's real. Like, this is like real life. There's no filter. This is the reason why I wanted it to be transparent, because it's those things that people can go and they can try to cover up, like makeup. And it's not going to work. Mm-hmm. Like, this is not the time for that anymore. Mm-hmm. The time is for things to be real and for them to be like straightforward and in people's face, because we don't have any more time to wait. That's just how I feel. Like,
we don't. Your time
is now.
Yeah, it is. So
we don't. Yeah.
You're absolutely right. Time is running. It's time for those masks to come off.
Of course. Yeah. 100%. 100%. So the next question I was going to ask Kathy was, how has her obstacle shown her the path that God has created for her life, steps along her journey? But clearly, she's said that. She has went through it. God picked her up, made her new. She wrote a book on it for people like you. Mm-hmm. And she's here sitting with me today. And you have 3 children, right?
I have 3 children.
3 cute little children. And it's so awesome. Like, so you can change. Things can change. Yes. It can be so much different. And there's hope. And I'm gonna leave it at that.
Yes, there is always hope.
Awesome. So on that note, do you want to share your favorite scriptures?
Okay, yes, I do. So Isaiah 43:18 says, "But forget all that, it is nothing compared to what I am going to do." This is so important for me because, man, I didn't like myself. I really didn't. Like, I thought that I was stuck in my situations. For so long, even going through high school, I was like, okay, well, he's not going to, look at me, or she's not going to even be my friend, or I was so down on myself because I totally disliked myself, and I thought that I was stuck in that place. But all the while, God said, forget all those things. I know exactly who you're going to be. And he called me out. And here I am today. And then
That's good.
Yeah. And then, of course, what's really important to me, because I had to actually quote scriptures to get out of my situation. I was like so much in bondage, like I had a nervous breakdown to the point where I couldn't even say Jesus. Jesus wouldn't even roll off my tongue. And so I had to, my brother and it's a long story, but my brother and my sister-in-law had to come to my rescue, and they would quote these scriptures. So it will forever be in my heart. I mean, I wake up in the morning, obviously everyone knows Psalm 91, power. Psalm 91:3, for he will rescue you from every trap and protect you from every deadly disease. He will cover you with his feathers and he will shelter you with his wings. And once you read the book, you'll understand how much that means to me. Because I was supposed to be dead, y'all. Like, seriously. I was like 2 steps away from going over the balcony and just dying. But God saw fit. Like, he knew how it would end all along. He was like, okay, no, not this one. This is enough. And he pulled me back. So that scripture is really, and obviously all of Psalms 23, that's what brought me out. Because even after I got out of the situation, I would have those times of fear, those weaknesses and my weaknesses, and I would like, oh my gosh, like I did that, and I would tremor in fear, literally, because I was like, oh my gosh, that was me. Psalms 23, Psalms 91, read them faithfully, because that was my covering. That is what I had to actually say in order to bring me here today. So I think I wouldn't even say favorite. I would think necessary. Those scriptures are necessary. Those are a part of my life. So that's it.
Thank you for sharing that. Can I ask you a question? This is besides, I'm going off a little bit, but for people who are like looking, and I don't know if this is in your book because I haven't read it yet, and I will read it. But for people who are looking for an answer of, I guess you could say, how quickly did it take for you to turn things around, or for God to take you through what you had to go through, from the point of you stopping doing what you were doing to where you were comfortable enough to say that was in the past, and you were able, you know what I'm saying, to move forward with life?
It actually took me. It took me a couple of years, honestly.
Okay.
Because, I mean, a lot of people think that, once you're renewed and, God saves you, that's it. Like, I'm not done. But I still had a lot of hard work to do. In God's eyes, I believe the whole prostitution thing, that was minor. Like, he was like, okay, she'll get out of that. I know she's going to come out of that. To me, it was huge. To everyone else, it's huge. He saw my heart. He was like, that's what I need to fix. We need to fix that. So I had a lot of heart issues after that. Yeah, I wasn't doing the same things, but it doesn't mean that I would not get in my weak moments and say, well, maybe I'm better off just doing that. Yeah. It was times where I couldn't pay my bills. And I believe it was, God testing my faith and my, my strength. It was times that I couldn't pay my bills, and I was like, why was I, I would be mad, like, okay, why was I making more money not living for God, and now I can't do this? So yeah, the enemy will come and try to get you like that. So it's not an overnight process by all means. Not until you're upfront with yourself. Not unless you actually confront the heart issues that need to be fixed. Because if you just say, okay, yeah, that was in the past, like smoking cigarettes or whatever your case may be, smoking weed. Okay, I don't smoke no more. Well, why were you smoking it in the first place? Why did you feel like you need to smoke it in the first place? You need to fix the heart issues in order to get past the actual issue. So it took me a while, I'm not going to lie. a couple of years. I was out of prostitution and stripping. I didn't go back. I didn't have really the strong desire mainly because I was scared because of how I came out of it. It freaked me out. I was like, I never want to do that again. And then with God, I actually felt him and heard his voice. Once you hear God's voice, like literally, you don't want to play with that.
Yeah.
So it's almost like, just to be completely real, it's like I was all scared to disappoint God, pretty much. That's the only reason why I didn't want to okay, I'm going to go back.
Yeah.
That's what kept me on track. It's like, okay, I can't. That man, he's powerful because I know what he brought. I can't play with him. Yeah. So I think the fear of God is what kept me away from actually going back and doing the actual act.
But you did have the temptation.
But I did have sometimes I would get weak and I need to make some money real quick. So it's still there. It's a heart issue. You have to face your problem. You have to be real with yourself.
Yeah. And the reason I had asked that is because, like I said, you don't know I have no idea who's going to listen to this. But what if they had that problem to where they're just like, oh, well, I did this months ago and I thought that I was going to be done with it and it was going to be over. And they have to come and they have to you know what I'm saying? Take a look in the mirror, and really deal with, like you said, the heart issues. And they don't know, what the next step is. And that's the reason why I asked that question, because I could only imagine the process that it is to really become fresh and new. It doesn't happen overnight. Nothing.
It doesn't. And then you have to apply yourself too. Yes, God brought me out, and yes, it was by his grace only, and I had to stay prayerful, but you also have to apply yourself. Yeah. You also have to make a choice to say, I am so much better than this. I just still didn't believe it right after. I still felt horrible. I felt even worse. I was like, oh my God, I did that. Yeah. I'm really not worth it. So, but I had to fake it till I made it. I am worth it. Christ said, I am all that he said that I should be. I am a child of God. I am beautiful. I just had to keep professing that because, so it can come to pass. So I can start believing it because I really didn't at the time. So you have to really apply yourself. On top of that, I had to go get a job, a legit job, and use the intelligence that I had to, find a job, talk to people, don't keep it a secret. I finally started telling my friends, it started small. Now I have a book, but it started small, but I actually had to start telling people, this is what I went through. Maybe not all the details, but I had to get that out because if you try to do it by yourself, you're leaving yourself vulnerable to temptation. Yeah. So, yes, God takes you out, and yes, he's powerful, and but you have to apply yourself as well. And I think that comes with the process.
And then also too, at the end of the day, you got to realize, and you got to get to the point where your story is not for you.
Exactly.
It's for somebody else too.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Awesome.
What you go through is for you to strengthen you, but your story is not for you. Yeah. Your story is for such a time as this. Yeah. You know what I mean? To share it with everyone else that may be going through.
Yes. Awesome. Okay, well, we'll go to the next question. I won't ask any more filler questions, I promise. I'm going to try my best.
Okay. Yeah. No promises.
Yeah. All right. So the next thing I want to ask you is, what is it that you do daily now to let your light shine?
Help people. It's like I said, my passion is women. So every opportunity that I get to encourage anyone, believers, non-believers, I don't care what it is, I need to let you know who Christ is through me. Yeah. I don't have to go around speaking in tongues. I don't have to go around saying Jesus, 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 Jesus. But I do need to let you see him through me. Yeah. So I think every day I try to help someone or just encourage someone, or even if it's encouraging myself, I pray daily, God, show me what you want me to do. Yes, you know what I mean? Yes to your will, yes to your way. Bring me someone who needs to, what do you want me to do? What do you desire me to do? And so I think just helping people is the way that he has allowed me to let his light shine through me.
Awesome. Good stuff, man. Good stuff. All right, so this is a good one. So name 3 things that you would tell your younger self.
Oh my goodness.
You got a whole book.
Yeah, I do. Okay, 3 things that I would tell my younger self. You are beautiful. Number 2, you are worth it. Number 3, you are a child of God. You are beautiful. You are worth it. You are a child of God. If I would have just, I don't know, just said that to myself and believed that about myself, I don't think that I would have been in the position that, caused me to write a book about it.
Yeah. But somebody needs that book. So. Awesome. Good stuff. All right. So on that note, we'll take it down to Glitzylicious. So, Glitzylicious is demonstrating the essence of glamour and uniqueness that always leaves you with the whimsical smile. So Glitzylicious is something that you can be because there's Glitzy Entertainment, then we have Resetting Your Journey. Glitzylicious is kind of like the tangible items, the tangible way of embodying glitzy entertainment in this lifestyle. So with that being said, I am Glitzylicious and I love me some me. The question is, why do you, Kathy, love you some you?
I am weird. I am. I'm totally weird. I am not. I'll throw together the wackiest outfits. Nothing has to match for me to walk out and feel confident about myself. Okay. So I think as far as the tangible, and then I'm very passionate about speaking to people, in regards to my testimony or whatever it is. Like I said, I like to encourage people. Yeah. So I get really excited. I'm goofy and I'm a big kid. Yeah. I don't know if this is all Glitzylicious, but I think it does make it Glitzylicious because I like to have style. I love style. I love fashion. Yeah. And like I said, I like to try my own things and just let other people know that it's okay to be weird. It's okay to be you. That's cute.
We won't call you weird. We're going to call you extraordinary.
I'm extraordinary. There you go. I like that.
Yeah. A little quirky. I love it. Because that's me too,
I am. So. Yeah. Totally. I'm not at all.
Yeah. I told you. Dresses and skateboards. That's how we live. And heels. I forgot.
And heels.
It's the best thing ever.
Yes.
I love it.
I love it. Yeah. I love fashion. I love hair. I love all of that.
Yes. That's how you live your life, man. Just live it. That's so awesome.
Yeah.
Yes. Awesome. Okay, so last few things. Name a good book and resource or tool that you recommend.
Well, Destined, Unspoken Revealed by Katherine McGibbon, obviously.
Fantastic. It will be on the show notes, guys, so make sure you get you a copy. No, seriously, because I'm going to get me a copy. I'm going to make sure she signs it and autographs it because it's going to be awesome.
Yes.
It's going to be awesome, and I'm excited to read.
I'm excited that you're excited.
Yes.
Energy.
Yeah.
It's just excitement.
Keep it going. Yeah, build it up. No, really, because I think that what you have to share with the world, I'm excited to be able to just pull from that and start sharing for you too. Because
awesome.
People need to. So much. They need to hear this.
The raw version. Yeah. And so I do recommend that my book is read by 17 and up. That is the pretty much the age group that I'm marketing to. Just simply because it does have a little graphic detail in there. Okay. And I don't want to scare someone's child off. So 17 and up, at least, I think that's the level of maturity that can grasp and receive from it. So.
I'll make sure I add that disclaimer to the show notes. Yeah. That's important. Thank you for letting us know that too. All right. So we're going to wrap things up. It's been such a great pleasure. I'm so excited. So now we are going to do 10 seconds of motivation. So you get 10 seconds. Okay. Just say whatever it is that you want to say to encourage, inspire, and uplift.
Starting now? You going to count down?
You ready?
Okay.
3, 2, 1.
You are a child of God. You were made in His image. Be confident. Be bold. Be beautiful. Mimi Johnson, by the way, she has a song. Be bold, but you be beautiful. That's where I got it from. But it's totally me. Be bold. Be you.
I love it. Be bold. Be you. Awesome. Well, thank you so much for letting me interview you and just letting us know a little bit about your story. And I'm sure it's only a small piece that we could fit in there.
It is.
And I'm just so grateful that I'm able to be able to to help you to share it with the world.
Thank you so much.
Yes, of
I appreciate
course.
it. I had a blast.
Yay! Well, let everybody know how they can contact you for future references, and I'll put everything else in the show notes too.
Okay, sure. My website is www.sincerelykathy.com. That's a blog site that I have. You can also catch me on Instagram at Kat McGibbon or Facebook, author Katherine McGibbon. Yeah, pretty much that's it.
Good. Awesome. Well, thanks once again. I appreciate you, Queen.
Yes, thank you, Queen.
Until next time, ladies. Thank you for listening, Queens. Were you encouraged by today's episode? Are you ready to live? Is it time to press reset on your life? If so, visit glitzyent.com to find out more about our guests and resources mentioned on the show. Don't forget to subscribe, rate, and review. And remember, you are not alone. On that note, let's end with the jam session.
Before me, behind me, everywhere you're with me. I know I'm never alone. So wherever you lead me, God, that's where I'm gonna be. If you say go, I'm not gonna wait. If you say move, I won't hesitate. Wherever it is that you're taking me to, I'm gonna trust in you. If you say go, if you say go,
Know that I am royalty. I am royalty. Take one look at me, you see royalty. I am royalty. This is royalty. Take one look at me. I am royal.
you're radiant, you're honest, and you're beautiful girl. Marjorie, come and give them wings. Lord, with you, there's nothing I can't do. You make me brave.
1,000 second chances. And when I get to 999, I get to press reset.
I love it.